Sometimes the best way to learn is from other people's mistakes. In the entrepreneurial world, it's absolutely full of cautionary tales about tech disasters. Today, I'm sharing a story about what happens when there's an app for that becomes your entire business philosophy. It's about the hidden costs of tool addiction and why having more software doesn't always mean having more capability. Fair warning, this story might hit a little too close to home with me. An ambitious life coach who believes that the right combination of tools will unlock business success. Sound familiar? Let's explore what happens when someone falls into Swiss Army knife syndrome. That's the belief that you need a specialized tool for every single business function. So, what does this actually look like in real numbers? Here's how those monthly expenses could stack up: $99 a month for course hosting with the Kajabi Pro plan, $197 a month for sales funnels with ClickFunnels Scale, $187 a month for email marketing with ActiveCampaign Professional, $20 a month for scheduling with Calendly, $15 a month for video calls with Zoom Pro, $15 a month for graphics with Canva Pro, $12.50 a month for video messages with One Business, and $73.50 a month for integrations with Zapier Professional. Grand total, $919.98 every single month. But here's the thing. The real horror story isn't the cost. It's what happens when you actually try to use them together. Despite spending over $920 on the best tools, here's what often happens. Let's say you want to execute a basic marketing campaign. The goal seems simple. Send a welcome email sequence to new course students. But the reality, it becomes a potential nightmare. Kajabi hosts your course, but the email editor is too limited. ActiveCampaign has advanced email features, but it won't automatically enroll your Kajabi student. Zapier is supposed to connect them, but those integrations fail constantly, especially between ClickFunnels 2.0 and Kajabi. Just check the user forums. ClickFunnels has your opt-in form, but it won't sync reliably with either email platform. Now you're stuck doing manual exports and imports, but those CSV formats don't match up. Your data gets corrupted somewhere in the transfer process, and guess what happens to your campaign? 0 emails delivered, frustrated students, and the growing realization that more tools created more problems, not solutions. Entrepreneurs actually get trapped in spending over $920 monthly on business tools that don't even work together. How does someone end up in this expensive mess? It's surprisingly common, and here's why. First, the shiny object syndrome. Each new tool promises to solve just one more problem, but instead of replacing existing tools, they just get added to the stack. Then you've got fear of missing out. What if this tool has the feature that will transform my business? The fear of not having the best tool drives continuous acquisition. There's also the sunk cost fallacy. I've already paid for this tool, so I should keep using it, even when it's clearly not serving your business. Tool companies excel at showing isolated success stories, not integrated workflows that actually work in the real world. And finally, perfectionism paralysis, the belief that you need the perfect tool for each function before you can take action. But here's what most people don't realize. The psychology is just the beginning, about the monthly subscription costs that entrepreneurs struggle with just to run their business. But that's not where the real damage happens. Beyond those obvious monthly subscriptions, this scattered approach bleeds money in ways you don't see coming. First, there's what I call a time tax. Each tool requires learning, setup, maintenance, and troubleshooting. Conservative estimate, 15 plus hours every week just managing your tech stack. Then there's integration hell. When tools don't play nicely together, you need middleware. Zapier alone costs over $73 a month for 2,000 tasks, and those integrations still fail regularly. You've got data chaos next. Customer information scattered across multiple platforms means no single source of truth. Lead tracking becomes nearly impossible. Don't forget the support nightmare. When something breaks, which support team do you even call? Vendors love pointing fingers at each other. And finally, the opportunity cost. While you're wrestling with tech, actual business development stops. No content creation, no client outreach, no revenue generation. So what does this mean for your business? If you're spending 15 plus hours weekly on tool management instead of client work, you're not running a business, you're running an IT department. The solution isn't adding more tools to fix the integration problem. It's stepping back and asking, what if there was a simpler way? Here's the reality check. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to breaking free from them. Instead of asking, what tool do I need? Start asking, what outcome do I actually want? Most of the time, you'll find you already have tools that can deliver that outcome. You just need to use them differently. Email campaign failure wouldn't be an isolated incident. It triggers a cascade of problems. Student complaints about not receiving course materials, refund requests from confused customers, lost trust in your coaching program's professionalism, delayed product launches while you're trying to fix technical issues, team frustration because your VAs can't access information across platforms, decision paralysis about which tool to use for each task. Your business becomes a slave to its tools instead of the other way around. The moment of clarity usually comes during a particularly frustrating weekend. You're trying to figure out why your systems aren't working together. Again, 3 realizations hit you simultaneously. The tools are running your business, not supporting it. Complexity has replaced productivity. Simple tasks have become impossibly complicated. That's when the hard questions start. What if I could do everything I need with fewer tools? What if integration wasn't a constant battle? What if my tech stack actually helped instead of hindered? This is where smart entrepreneurs change course. Instead of adding another tool to fix the integration problem, they consider consolidation. The experiment: replace the scattered tool collection with one integrated platform. The hypothesis: if everything lives in one place, integration problems disappear. The potential result: from $920 a month and constant technical headaches to a fraction of the cost, with systems that actually work together. That welcome email sequence that took 7 hours to troubleshoot, it could take 7 minutes to set up and run automatically. If you see yourself in this story, here are some insights from entrepreneurs who've navigated these challenges. Integration promises are often broken promises. Just because 2 tools claim to integrate doesn't mean they do it well, reliably, or completely. More features doesn't equal better results. A platform with 80% of the features that all work together beats 5 platforms with 100% of features that don't communicate. Your time has value. Hours spent on tool management are hours not spent on business growth. Simplicity scales. Complex systems break. Simple systems grow. The best tool is the one you'll actually use, not the one with the most features, the best reviews, or the slickest marketing. I know if you're heading down the path of expensive business tool chaos, watch out for these warning signs that your tech stack is out of control. You have multiple tools that do similar things. You're constantly explaining to your team which tool to use and when. Setting up simple workflows requires multiple platforms. You spend more time managing tools than using them. Your monthly software costs are increasing faster than your revenue. You avoid certain business tasks because the tools are too complicated. You have data scattered across platforms with no central source of truth. If you recognize yourself in 3 or more of these warning signs, you're heading for a tech disaster. But this story doesn't have to end in disaster. Many entrepreneurs have found that by consolidating from multiple expensive tools to one integrated platform, they not only dramatically reduced monthly costs, they finally created systems that work their way they're supposed to. The platforms that once fought each other now support each other. The time previously spent on technical troubleshooting gets invested in helping clients. The stress of wondering, will this work today, gets replaced with confidence in reliable systems. More importantly, because business owners remember why they started their business in the first place: to help people, not to become a part-time IT department. You don't have to accept scattered systems as the price of running a business. You don't have to spend your weekends troubleshooting integrations, and you definitely don't have to choose between powerful features and simplicity. If this story sounds familiar, you're not alone. Tool chaos is more common than tool harmony in the entrepreneurial world. The good news: you don't have to accept scattered systems as the price of running a business. You don't have to spend your weekends troubleshooting integrations, and you definitely don't have to choose between powerful features and simplicity. Ready to write a different ending to your tech story? Head over to FableForgeSheet.com to discover how FableForge replaces multiple tools with one integrated platform. And finally, gives you systems that work as hard as you do. Because your business deserves tools that enhance your magic, not complicate it.